If you don't know how the Facebook algorithm works, you will not be able to scale up your ads. In today's video, we are going to unveil the algorithm, and I'm going to give you 3 tips that will allow your e-com brand to scale past $1,000 per day with Facebook ads. So I would say let's get right into it. So how does the Facebook algorithm work in 2023? We will be going over 5 things: the goals, the web pages, estimated action rate, the auction, and then the constraints of the algorithm. So I would say let's get right into number 1, and that is the goals. Just going to open this here. So goals. What is Facebook's goal with you as an advertiser and with the person seeing your ad? And that is, first of all, basically the same goals, and that is positive experience. A user, Facebook wants a user to be happy, essentially. They want them to have a good experience on Facebook or on Instagram. They want them to engage, they want them to comment, they want them to share, they want them to watch the video that you're advertising, all so that the user stays on the platform, right? They don't want them to click off, they don't want them to have a bad experience. All in all, they want them to have more time on the website, more time. Can't do this. More time. And you as an advertiser, they also want you to have a positive experience, right? Basically, get the best return for your money, right? Because if you get the best return, if you like what Facebook is getting you, you will come back to advertise, you will spend more. And obviously, you as an advertiser, Facebook kind of depends on you spending money on the platform, right? If all of the advertisers all of a sudden would kind of go off Facebook and go, to TikTok, Facebook would not make any money anymore, right? And that's why they want you as an advertiser to be happy with the results you're getting. So all in all, you're kind of working in congruency, right? Or basically there are 2 goals that are congruent. The user experience needs to be positive, and then the experience for you as an advertiser needs to be positive as well. So once you understand this, you basically you need to understand that Facebook does not work against you. They want to work with you. They want to get you the best results as possible as well. And they don't want to give you bad traffic. They don't want to give you bad conversion rate. They want, again, to give you the best results possible. And how does this come into place with the web page? And basically, every Facebook post, if you're just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, every post that you're seeing is essentially its own web page, right? The advertising, the post of a friend that you see, or the post, basically the ad that you're creating, every single post is a web page. It has its own URL. And why is it so important that you understand that? Everything on this web page gets measured, right? So, comments, for example, are they positive or negative? Facebook kind of keep track of that. Average watch time. Basically, kind of similar to how you would create a great TikTok or a great reel that goes viral, or the viral posts. Everything on that gets tracked, right? You can see the average watch time from, I don't know if you're putting on TikToks, you can see the average watch time of a TikTok, you can see how many people shared it, you can see how many people commented, and all of that also takes place on Facebook within your ad, but on its own webpage. So essentially the Facebook newsfeed is just kind of a series of web pages, right? You can kind of take it as that. And if you now understand that every URL is a web page, you can kind of imagine your ad in a better way. At least that's what it was for me. Once I understood that each ad is its own URL and that basically everything on that page gets tracked, I was able to understand that I need to create better ads in order to get better results, and not the other way around. Like, Facebook wants to work in our favors, and that's what you have to kind of put in your brain, that Facebook wants to give you the best results possible. So if you have shares, a lot of positive comments, a good average watch time, people buy a lot from your ad, then Facebook favors this ad in the auction. We're going to go over the auction in just a little bit, but keep in mind that every page or every ad that you create is a web page, and that everything on this web page gets measured. Next point is the auction. How does the auction on Facebook work? First thing that you have to understand is everything is an auction. Basically, every impression that your ad has means that you won an auction. And let's assume that there's one person, I don't know, like Mariah likes to ski. And obviously there are different ski brands out there. Let's just for the purpose of this example, let's assume that there are two skiing brands out there that want to reach Mariah, right? Two ski brands. How does Facebook determine which ad Mariah is going to see? That depends on 3 major factors. So the first factor is the bid. How much are you bidding on that conversion? Let's assume you're optimizing for purchases. How much are you bidding on that purchase? If you're like most people, you probably have this on like automatic bid. So there's nothing that you can do in this instance. So the bid is automatic, and Facebook determines what your bid is. How much is this person worth for you to reach, and all that kind of stuff. The algorithm comes into play. You can definitely use cost caps, bid caps, all of that stuff to kind of experiment around, but I would not suggest you to do that. Keep it on auto bid, because especially the less constraints you place on the platform, the better results you're going to get. We're going to discuss this in the last point, but for now, keep the bid automatic. Then number 2, we have the estimated action rate, or EAR. What is the estimated action rate? The estimated action rate is basically how likely is a person to either buy from, let's stay at the example of purchase optimized ad set or ad. How likely is a person to purchase from that ad? So purchase, basically 2 things: purchase and then engaging. So if you have an ad that is super engaging, has like a 10% conversion rate, means a lot of people buy from it, and the other one has like a 5% conversion rate and only 50% of the people engage with it, then 50% of the ones from your ad, then you are going to win that bid. And then obviously it depends on the bid that you're placing, but since most people have this on automatic placements, on automatic bids, you will most likely win that auction, right? So number 3 is the ad quality. How good is your ad? Basically, is it like clickbaity, or is it like of good quality? Also the landing page has an effect on that and your overall store. But for now, let's keep it at ad quality. So now that you know that the goal of Facebook is to make you as an advertiser happy and to make the person seeing the ad happy, and you understand that behind every impression that your ad gets is an auction, basically you're bidding on that particular person to reach, and understand that the 3 major factors that determine the success of your ads is your bid, which is on automatic most of the time, then your estimated action rate, how likely is a person to engage or to buy from your ad essentially, and then overall the ad quality. And then basically know that that Facebook works in your favor, and you only have to get these 2 things right in order to have a great campaign, a great ad, right? So if your Facebook ads are not converting, they're not performing, then it's most likely an issue with your creative. We're going to talk a little bit more about the estimated action rate and how that comes into play in just a second. But for now, keep in mind that Facebook works in your favor, and that you have to get a great creative, that gets people engaged, that makes people want to purchase, so that you can win the bid and therefore have a great result with your Facebook ads. But let's dive just a little bit deeper into the estimated action rate. For the purpose of this example, let's assume that there are only 2 outcomes, two types of things that can come from person seeing ad, and that's either first negative or second positive. So these are the only 2 outcomes essentially that your ad can get. Negative, let's take it to the extreme, person basically seeing on hide this ad, or hide this advertiser. They don't want to see any ads from you anymore. That's the worst outcome probably your ad can get. A positive outcome, again, let's take this to the extreme, is a purchase. A person buying from your ad the first time seeing it. If everybody's purchasing from your ad because they love it, and nobody's having a negative impression, you will have a great ROAS or a great CPA, because you're going to win the algorithm with the best people, or not, to show your ad to the best people. Because what you have to understand is, first of all, let's go here. Not every impression is equal. Not every impression is worth the same to you as an advertiser or to Facebook, right? That's why, for example, CPMs in retargeting are expensive, right? Simply because Facebook knows, or you as an advertiser are also willing to pay more to reach those people because they are in your retargeting pool. For example, they may have added to cart and therefore they are way more likely to purchase, right? That's why that's why also why 1% lookalike is more expensive to reach, because those people are worth more to you because they are super close to people who already bought from you, however you created their lookalike, super closely related to your audience. And so that's why the auction, because many advertisers want to reach those people. That's why it's important, or not important, expensive to reach those people, right? Usually, if we talk about the CPM debate, are high CPMs bad or are high CPMs good? CPM means more interest. Usually, if you have a good advertising score and all that kind of stuff, I'm talking about the norm. More interest, right? Because those people tend to buy more frequently. More buyers in that audience, right? That's why CPMs, again, in retargeting are more expensive. CPMs in 1% lookalikes are more expensive because there's a higher interest in, there's more buyers in there, right? And that's why more advertisers want to reach those people, and that's why it's more, expensive to reach them. Therefore, if you have a good, estimated action rate, therefore a lot of positive experiences, your CPMs are going to be lower because Facebook wants to push your ad to those people, because Facebook knows that a lot of people have a positive experience with your ad. That's what you have to understand. If you're getting punished with like super high CPMs and your advertiser score is fine, then this means your ad is so bad that Facebook doesn't want their users to see your ad, and therefore they are kind of punishing you with a higher CPM. So the only way to kind of optimize for CPM, if we could ever talk about high CPMs, because also high CPMs tend to have a better audience in them. But if you want to optimize for CPMs, the thing that you can do, or the number one thing, is to create better ads, nothing else. Okay, now we talked a little bit about the estimated action rate and kind of how that comes into play with CPMs, and that not every impression is worth equal. And obviously you want to get the best impressions possible to get the highest ROAS. And to get the best impressions possible, you need to have the best, EAR essentially, and the best bid and the best ad quality. And most of advertisers have this on like manual, like the bid is on manual. Therefore, the only two things that you can really have an influence on are the estimated action rate and the ad quality. So if you have a great ad, you're going to get cheaper CPMs, you are going to reach better people, they are more likely to convert, and therefore you're going to have a better ROAS. Once you've understand this, that again, Facebook only works in your favor, how the auction works in your favor, if you do the right things, we can now talk about the last points, which are the constraints. And why it's so bad to place constraints on the system. So first of all, what do I mean by constraints? Constraints, audiences, campaign mess, basically, retargeting, and all the kind of like too many changes, right? Those are all constraints you place on the system. I'm going to explain just in a second what I mean by this. So constraint. So now you've understand that the Facebook algorithm wants to work in your favor. I'm just repeating myself because I want to put it in your brain that it's so important to remember that Facebook wants to work in your favor. You've now understood Facebook wants to work in your favor. You know how powerful the Facebook auction system is, because the better your ad, the better your essentially results are. It's as simple as that. And you know that not every impression is worth the same, essentially, because some people are more likely to purchase their Facebook has so many data points. They know who is close to purchasing something, who has just recently gotten into a specific subject. Maybe they are in the midst of making a purchase decision. And once you understand that Facebook knows their users, right? And they know who's going to buy, who's just browsing around. That's why also, for example, if you ever run traffic campaigns, you're getting like 3 cent clicks, but nobody's purchasing, right? Because Facebook is giving you basically what you ask for, traffic, right? Not people who purchased. That's why if you just compare the CPMs of traffic versus purchase, obviously the CPMs, are more expensive because those users are more people want to reach them, and they are also worth more, right? More advertisers want to basically have people purchase, and they're just generally obviously more likely to make a purchase. Facebook knows their users. They know especially what stage they are in their buying circle, right? Then the question arises: why do you put constraints on your system, right? Why do you prevent the Facebook algorithm from working? If you would know that Facebook, if you would seriously believe that Facebook is going to give you the best results possible, then all you need to do is have one campaign, and broad, and maybe one testing ad set. Because if you believe that Facebook is going to give you the best results possible, you should never place any constraints on the system. And a constraint that's preventing the Facebook algorithm from working, is an audience. Let's assume you have an ad with a dog, and you want to sell, dog toys. And you put an audience of dog people in there. Why would you constrain the system from only reaching people who you believe are in the dog interest audience, when the Facebook algorithm is so smart that they know everything about the person in the system of Facebook? They know everything. So why would you put a constraint on that with your audience instead of letting the Facebook algorithm do the work for you? Because you're basically putting a constraint on the system. Same as for campaign mix. Why would you have 5 different scaling campaigns when that one is enough and you can just let Facebook do the work? Why would you put on tons of different retargeting audiences when that's just preventing or just giving you constraints? Why not just have one retargeting campaign, for example? Too many changes. Why not trust that Facebook is doing the best? Imagine Facebook is a worker for you and they're doing the best thing that they can do every single day. If you think about it this way, you stop searching for hacks or for things, doing too many day-to-day changes with the hopes of getting a better ROAS, because the only thing that's preventing you from having a good ROAS is your creative. And so with that, I want to end the video. I hope I explained the Facebook algorithm to you. I hope you could understand how that Facebook only wants to work in your favor, and that you as an advertiser are responsible for the results, and not putting constraints on the system, thinking that Facebook does the wrong decisions for you because they want to make the best decisions for you.